Hey everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 64 of this 100-day financial freedom challenge. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about a journey, about a boy that received the call. He received the call to go on a journey. He was in his humdrum life. He was in his Groundhog Day, his boring, frustrating, numb life. And he received the call. He heard the call to go on a journey. But the journey frightened him. He saw the journey and thought, oh, that's pretty frightening. But then a mentor appeared. And the mentor said, go that way. Make a decision to do it. The mentor inspired him. The mentor gave him confidence. And the mentor gave him some tools for the way. He said, here, take these. These will help you on your journey. This is a hero's journey. This will help you. So he took the tools and he went on the journey. And on the journey there were challenges, there were obstacles. But at least it was exciting, it was fun, he was growing. It was different to what he was used to. And then came the greatest challenge, the greatest hurdle. And he got to it and the mentor appeared again because he said, I can't do this. The mentor appeared and he says, you can do it. You can do it. But the boy just didn't have the belief in himself and he saw it as just insurmountable. Because who he was couldn't actually overcome the challenge. What he had to do was he had to transform into something else to overcome it, to someone else. He had to change himself. He didn't realize at the time that he could do that. He didn't realize that he could transform. He didn't realize that he could change. So he said no. And he didn't take the mentor's advice and he turned and he walked away. And he walked back to what he thought was, his old life. But what he saw is that he couldn't really go back there. He saw that things had changed, but things hadn't really changed. It was him that had changed. He had changed along the journey, but he didn't realize how much he had changed. He was still holding on to his old memory of who he had been. So when he went back to who he had been, he saw that he couldn't live there anymore. He couldn't live that humdrum life anymore. That slow, painful life that he was living. That Groundhog Day, that stagnant life. He couldn't live that anymore because he had changed on his journey. So he turned around, he went back to his mentor, he said, okay, he said, I'll do it. I'll do it. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. Whatever it takes, how long it will take, I'll do it. And his mentor says, that's the attitude. That's the attitude. You will do it. He says, because you have transformed and now you realize you've transformed. Because quite often we don't realize how much we've transformed. We're holding on to who we were many years ago or many months ago or whatever it was. And we don't realize what we're capable of, how much we've actually transformed. So the boy took into the challenge with the help of his mentor, with the advice and the guidance and with the tools that he had and who he had become along the way. And he overcame. He overcame the challenge and he broke through. And he stepped out on the other side. He's like, yes. He had taken the journey. He had taken the hero's journey and he had become the hero. He had become the hero. He had become everything he'd always wanted to be. So then he was able to return and then he was able to help others come through that journey as well. And if that story kind of rings true to you in some way, because that boy is everybody. We all receive the call in life to go on the hero's journey. Boy or girl, right? We all receive the call. And some of us take the call. Not everyone takes the call. Some people close off their ears and no. I want to watch TV, or whatever. I want to have a drink at the pub, or whatever. No, I'll just smoke my cigarette and forget about it all. Or my joint, or take my drugs, whatever. Or just space out, or whatever. But for those who take the call, those who listen to the call, those who take the journey, some do turn back. But for those who keep going and break through the challenges and keep going and do whatever it takes for as long as it takes, they eventually break through. And when they do really break through, then they actually become the mentor then. And then they're able to help other people through the journey. And that is something that is in the psyche of every single human being, that hero's journey. Not everyone heeds it. Not everyone listens to the call. Everyone hears the call, but not everyone listens to what it says. And not everyone takes the journey. Not everyone takes action. Not everyone makes a decision. Not everyone will make a decision. But those who do make the decision, know, they're the ones who live a life beyond mediocrity. They're the ones who live in the juice of life, the adventure, the experience, the real, in the awe of life, because life is awesome. I stand in awe of life. It's awesome. And I'm connecting with you right now, somewhere on the planet, wherever you are, 5,000, 10,000 miles away. It's amazing. And in some way, maybe I'm able to inspire you to take the hero's journey. Take the hero's journey. There's no downside. There's no downside. The only downside is not taking action, not doing anything. That's the only downside. Making a decision, taking the action you need to take. That's what it's all about.